Hello, my name is Amy Holzbach, and today I will be making a soap. I would also be shaving said soap because I made a mistake and making a new soap. So this video is going to be a long one, but I love the outcome of it. So sit back and enjoy and watch me work. For this idea, I was going to use a lot of colors. I wanted to do some kind of rainbow, but I knew that I couldn't really make a red or a good pink right now with what I have, so I omitted that. But I used a crap ton of mica in this, feels like, because I barely use any soap for the colors. And to let you know ahead of time, my container with my oils in it right there is missing coconut oil, so I am unaware of it at the moment, and until the soap was done the next day. That's when I finally realized what I did because I went over it in my head and thought about everything that I did and didn't do, and I remembered I did not scoop out some coconut oil. So I had to redo it, but with this I used quite a bit of mica because I wanted the colors to be very vibrant. I wanted to, like I said, make a rainbow. I had a little design in mind, even though I'm still learning the pouring techniques and stuff. So I do plan to remake this soap again, but just kind of pour it a little bit differently and just redo it. But it was still really fun. It was lots of an experience, yeah. Used the last of my purple heart color right there. Showing myself so I don't forget to replace it because I actually really liked it. These Rolio, it was just like a starter kit with these micas, and they work really well. And they were, I don't know if they are now because I bought them for bath bombs, but yeah, there's only like one color in there. It was called lilac that was very faint purple. It worked really well in bath bombs, but in soap and CP, the color just didn't come through very well, so that didn't work out, but that other purple was pretty good. Here I am putting charcoal or activated charcoal in there for the black top. I was so disappointed when I found out about this soap. Like that, it was lie heavy because I tested it and I was like, no, what did I do? And it took me like a whole day to figure it out. And then when I finally did, I was like, all right, I'm shaving it and rebatching, which I've never done before. So this was all completely new for me. It was definitely an experience, and the outcome, I don't know, shaving the soap was really difficult. Well, not really difficult, but I had to keep switching hands because my hand was cramping, and but I love the outcome of it. I don't know. I've always, when I was a kid, I collected rocks and stuff. So I have an appreciation for nature and stone, and I love that it looks like stone with little bits of color. It's so pretty. Oh, I can't wait for you to see. Looking back now, I'm seeing that my battery is a lot darker, and I don't know why I didn't notice. The container wasn't full all the way, the mold wasn't. After I oven processed it and took it out, um, I went to cut it because I I just got so impatient, which I'm really thankful that I cut it when I did because I probably wouldn't have been able to the next morning like I usually wait. But it turned into like a crayon texture. It's very crumbly. I don't know, you'll see. I'm just overexcited about this. um, yeah. There, I'm putting in the lye water. Well, this is the first time I'm using these uh the funnel pitchers. I got them off of Amazon, and I love the pour, and I feel like I could get some, some techniques down, but scraping them out is very different. It's not something I'm used to, and I was pretty wasteful. Plus, like, I had a little bit of mica that wasn't dispersed fully, and I could see it, and I didn't want to scrape it into it. So there's a lot left compared to how I usually, scrape everything out. I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up while I mix all these colors in. I'm thinking about the pour itself and what color I want to start with. So I decided on orange, I guess. See, next time I plan on pouring it a little bit differently. I have to think about it a little bit. But, I mean, it still turned out pretty decent. Yeah, I really like the way I'm pouring this green. I'm gonna have to remember that because it just looks more natural to me. And you can see it, I can see it. So I'm gonna have to remember that. Too bad I didn't realize what I was doing as I was making it because the other colors I didn't follow suit. But that's okay. Looking back at it now, you can learn from it that way too. Do you see that there? I made a smiley face. I didn't even realize when I did it, but it's cute. And I think about how I'm gonna get this plain batter on top of this. Because once again, I end up pouring it on top of my spatula, which I always end up making bubbles and everything, but I tried. And I think I did a pretty good job for my first try on pouring it on top of another layer without trying to break it through. So, here we go. You won't know unless you try. And you won't learn and get better unless you continue to keep going. So this little tool here is how I'm gonna make my little my splash swirl, or try. What it is the little holder for one of those bird feeders that are like a bell shape. But yeah, this was on the inside, and then I was like, I know I can do something with this someday, and then I just saved it. And when I was like rummaging through my hall closet with all my crafty stuffs in it, I found it and decided to use it. And I think it did okay, but I mean, like, this is my first time trying this technique. I think I could do it a lot better. But I mean, it is what it is. I've been struggling with trying to figure out what to use. Before I would always use chopsticks to like do like a sideways swirl type deal. But yeah, like I couldn't figure out how to attach the chopsticks together that, would be soap safe, because I think I tried it in the past with that, and I used tape or something. I'm not sure what I used, but either way, I know that it didn't work. So I had to detach it. Yeah, I'll use this little bird feeder stick. And it's deep enough for my mold too, and I think I can keep using it.
Frank.
That was our cat Frank. He likes to get some attention sometimes when we're all busy. So he's just making himself heard. Now here I'm gonna try and go like halfway deep with the stick to try and kind of like do another splash swirl, which personally I think in the future I'm gonna go all the way down again. Like I'm gonna do it twice, but I want to go all the way down because I think like the colors and the black like kind of weave together slightly. I think that might turn out to be pretty cool. So looking forward to that. But here I go. I'm trying to like use it as a scraper too, which I've never been good at. Always making a mess. And there it is. Now that it's all oven processed and crumbly as hell, I'm gonna go ahead and try to cut this soap here. Ew. Yeah, I was like super concerned. Like, why is it like reacting like this? Like it's different. It was like hard, crumbly. Yeah, it was definitely like a hunk of crayon being shaved. I'm so glad that I didn't break my wire cutter. So this is my very first lye heavy soap.
The soap is so
So
hard.
this was an experience to learn. I honestly like was wanting to blame my husband, asking him if he turned the oven on at some point. Like I was ready. I was ready to blame him. And then I was like, he says that he didn't do it and he's not acting like he did it. I was like, what the hell did I do wrong? So then I was racking my brain thinking about it. And I finally came to the conclusion. I'm like, hey, you forgot your coconut oil, woman. And I went on the internet and figured out how to rebatch. There wasn't too much on it for like my uh what would you say? My circumstance. Like where I missed a lot of oil or ate oil. But there was some, like, and I read a couple things. So then I just kind of like winged it. I was like, oh, and then I watched another one, uh, and she added water to it. I'm like, man, that probably would have made it so like easier to mix if I just added some water, but I didn't think of it. I just wanted to add what I was missing because I mean it was only like what 2 days, so there's still some waters in there. I don't know. If there was a way that I could have made it easier for myself, I should have did it, but oh well. What's done is done. See these colors, like they're so pretty. I wish I mixed them or, did my little swirl things a little bit better and pouring, but the colors I am pleased with. It is so messy. And I hadn't gave it a little sniff because I was like, oh, what the hell is wrong? And what does it smell like? It smelled like soap still, but it just, I don't know. It's weird. So I had these sitting on the counter for over a day. They were just chilling there. And then here's the next day after, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shave these, which I've never shaved soap before, like with this grater. I was like, nope, doing it on paper only is that's not gonna work out. Didn't do it inside the bowl. I struggle for a little bit and then I finally get it. It's like I got some like technique and it made me think of like the older ladies like that wash clothes with the old school like scrubber thing, whatever it's called. I'm like, hey, this is how they do it probably, and this is how I'm gonna do this soap. I got a better handle on it. See right here, I'm like nervous. I'm like, I'm gonna end up cutting myself. I just take my time. Here I'm like speeding up because this is a long process. It took me like a half an hour, honestly, to like get all this soap shaped up. But I'm happy that I chose the smaller bits because the outcome, I love the little bits. It makes it interesting, and just knowing that like as you use the soap, like you'll find new little bits and splashes of color. I'm probably gonna end up just using the soap as my put it some in my shower. And I'll like drive a hole into one and add some rope to it for my son because he's not too fond of bar soap because he always tends to drop it. So maybe that could get him to like it because he also likes to collect rocks. I had him wash his hands with it and he's like, well, what if something goes wrong? And I was like, no, I fixed it. I'm like, I just got done washing my hands with it a million times. Like, you'll be okay. I was like, just feel it. And he actually liked it, and he's particular. Kind of like his mom, but in his own way. But he thought it looked pretty cool, too, that it looked like stone. Like, hell yeah, look at what I did. So my plan is just grate it all up completely and then just add it to the crock pot, and then I'm gonna measure out the coconut oil that I forgot to add in. This was my original recipe that's just sitting off to the side. Add that in, and I anticipate since all like the crumbs and that piece that broke, I ended up tossing it after I tested it and seen that it was lye heavy. Um, Yeah, there was a lot of waste, so I figured that the percentage of the coconut oil is going to be slightly higher than anticipated from the original batch, so it might be a little bit extra cleansing. But after I washed my hands like a few times, like I've made a coconut oil soap 100% and it was definitely not drying like that, so it lathered really nice. It felt creamy, kind of slimy from the olive oil, but like I like that because it feels like it just, I don't know, it gets in there. It's creamy. You can feel it. It's all good. But yeah, it actually turned out really nice and I like it, like right from the start, like after unmolding it, and then you'll see at the end I'm just like amazed. Like, dang, this soap, it's pretty. I can wash my hands with it. Have the rest of them cure for a while and so it lasts longer. Now I gotta play in it. The opportunity's there and I'm taking it. It feels so cool. So I'm just gonna plop that shit in there. There you go. Put the lid on, have it melt up a little bit, and then I'm gonna mash it all together as best I can. See what we can come up with. There we go. We'll be back to stir. Alright, for stir. I want to try to incorporate it as best I can. Now back to another stir. This was maybe like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, I don't know. I wasn't keeping track like with the timer, but like I just kept checking on it every now and then. So it's getting a little bit mushier, but still not ready. Now if you can hear music in the background, that's my husband. He's playing around with some music stuffs on his computer. It's whatever. It was actually, he was making some peaceful things at the moment. Yep, that's what it is. And here's another stir. This was probably maybe like 20-25 minutes later. It's definitely getting mushier. It's so hard to stir. And here's another one. There's some bits of overcooked soap along the edges. I recognized that from hot process when I first started. So those got worked inside of the soap too, and I kept cooking it because I just wanted to make sure that everything's all good and incorporated, so I get more bits of the overcooked soap, but it's fine. This spatula has held up quite a bit. It is very strong. I'm putting some force into it, and it's holding up. I'm surprised the handle didn't break. It's gotta have some like steel inside there or something. And the crock pot's all hot, so I'm trying not to like grip it so it's like thrashing around everywhere. Don't know why I didn't just go and grab an oven mitt. Makes me feel tough. Here's another time. I think I let this one cook a little bit longer. Yep, there it goes. It's getting kind of smooth. Softer than before. Still pretty stiff. Can't scrape all that stuff off. It's stuck until I wash it. just that little bit that's there. Good, but not perfect. Which that's about as good as it gets. Like, pretty sure I continue cooking it just to make sure that I get all of it incorporated and heated up, whatever it needs to do. So, yeah. Cook it for a little bit longer, and then it basically tested the same after that too. Here I'm testing it again in a different spot. Since I have all like the shavings and bits. I'm a little skeptical about all this. No, still the same. Alright, here's after I like cooked it some more. That right there is why I got all them white spots in my finished product. You'll see after I cut it. That's okay, it makes it more authentic, more stone-like, because you'll find little bits and stuff inside rocks. Rocks aren't perfect, but they're perfect in their own way. And that's how I feel about this soap, how it turned out. It's so imperfect that it's kinda perfect. Being different is never a bad thing. As long as you're a good person and, you know, you're not hurting anybody or hurting anything. You're just doing your thing. It's beautiful.
Phew.
Mush it all up in there. It's basically the same. Which is fine, it's green. I can't stop testing it. Let's get to putting it in this mold. Turn it off. Get to scooping. And I know you see that it's really hard and all that. I just let you know now that I've had worse. Oh, like I had soap that seized up on me the first time I tried using yogurt in a hot process soap. Oh my gosh, that was like way worse than this. Alright, so here is later that evening. It's nighttime. I'm all chill and stuff. I end up turning the light back, or the light on, because it just wasn't enough light for you guys. I was just trying to have like an ambiance for myself. I'm like, nope, I gotta turn the light on. Would you look at it? Look how hideous it looks right now. I'm realizing you can't really see much. I'll turn the light on. It looks like a hot mess right now. Especially that end. Let's get to it. There's a bit of that overcooked soap. Camera isn't really picking up the colors that well, but I could see it and I was like, ooh, interesting. See little flecks. Now this soap is completely unscented. I did not add any essential oils originally or after the cook, as you've seen. So all it is soap and mica. There's another one, but since it looked a little weird, I made sure to put uh, a strip, like the pH test strip onto it, just to double check. Yeah, it was that one. The other side I decided to do. Set that off to the side. And yes, I'm putting these scraps into the trash. I don't mind like putting little bits and stuff in there. I'm not gonna throw out like anything substantial. But the way I see it is that all these oils and greases and stuff end up in the landfills, and well, what better way to break that down than some soap? So I don't consider it wasteful. I consider it, kind of helpful in its own way, I guess. I don't know if I'm right or not. Oh my god, I just washed my hands and I'm just like, whoa, look at this, because it made the colors pop, which looked a lot better in person, but look at it. Like, I have to show you. Like, I can feel all of it, like, coming off. Like, let's lather this up. It felt so nice. I'll rinse my hands off because I still feel a little soapy.
I don't know.
So, I can feel my grippers, the texture in my hands, but it also feels nice and soft, so I'm happy with it. I was worried that it was going to be over cleaning because of the extra bits of coconut, obviously, from the scraps and stuff. The percentage would have been slightly higher after adding it, but it seemed to work out okay. It wasn't drying or anything. So I don't know, a lot of people might think that's ugly, but I love this. I wish I could show you better. I'm gonna try to show you better. Here, hold on. The lighting isn't the greatest.
All right.
There we go, testing some more too. Green.
Oops.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a way to like show you guys a little bit better, but I'm new to this with recording stuff all the time. Well, not all the time, but recording things for YouTube. Here I am testing that spot just to make sure. Yeah, it's green too.
Oh my god. Looks like stone. It's so pretty. Like a little overcooked piece. I'm using this.
Here, I'm gonna show you guys again. I'll put it in my little soap dish holder. Alright, come here. Don't mind the mess a little bit. There's my older soap that I've been using to wash my hands. It still just does not look as good. I'm gonna have to put pictures up. It gets a little extra clean under my ring. I think it scoops it a bit. Well, here it is. The finished soap. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed.